So guys, it's raining on the outside and I have been changing charging ports. So I changed this one and I didn't test them as yet, but however this one is finished. Everything is working, and as you can see, it's looking lovely. Look at the back pins as well. I also did this one as well. Everything is lovely, everything is looking good. I did this one as well, and everything is lovely, everything is looking good. But for the last one, while I was heating, the plate here got hot, and as you can see here, we damaged the connector. Well, not damaged, but it's dislocated. Also, this microphone is dislocated as well. So this video is actually to help you if you happen to get in this position, that you can realign these parts and how you can do so successfully. Yeah, so in this video, this is what I'm going to do. I am also seeing another small part here, right? By doing these repairs, there are problems that can occur, right? It is actually this one. So as you can see, we need to put that part back on, and in this video that's what I'm going to do. First, we are going to realign. This one is actually the hardest to do. I am going to do this one. So the first thing I am going to do is to realign back the microphone. This should be quite easy. Because I don't know if it's in perfect position, I took the entire thing off, and so once it is perfectly aligned, then I am going to put it back on. So that should be it. That's the microphone. We ensure that we try our best to get it in the perfect position that it should be in. And what we're going to do, we're just going to compare it with this one. Let's just have a look. Let's just have a look comparing. And I actually saw something that you didn't see. It's back to front. Yeah. You can see where the front of the microphone is here, and you can see it's at the back. So we have to change, we have to turn it around. And guys, I did not see that, but I think that everybody do make some kind of mistakes in life, but you got to correct your mistakes. You correct your mistakes or you pay to learn, right? That's if you damage your own product, you have to replace it, right? Or do it out. If you damage somebody else's product or their device, you have to replace it. So you have to pay to replace it, right? So in life you pay to learn. And that's what life is about. I try my best to do these things perfect as possible. But doing all of these, because I did actually 5 of them, one of them already gone into a tablet. That's in the previous video. But as you can see, while I was doing the third one, we end up having parts coming off, and I think it's because of using too much heat. Yeah. Next one in which we're going to do is this one, and this one is going to be a bit rough, right? I've done this kind of stuff before, so I'm using the same 400 degrees heat. I can reduce the heat, which I'm going to do for safety, right? So I'm going to reduce this to about 300. I actually had to press the button about 100 times. So that's why sometimes I just don't change it. And this thing is taking forever to move now. The funny thing about this, guys, it's plastic. And you don't want to melt the plastic, right? You don't want to melt the plastic, right? And you have a lot of small components at the back. You have a lot of small components at the back as well. Yeah, so you have to be so careful. Right, so let's deal up with this metal clip first. And come on, this is actually for one of those antenna. I believe is the mobile signal antenna. Yeah, these are mostly for the mobile signal antenna, but yeah, so we're going to put this back on. See, I can't use my finger because it's sticking to my finger. Okay, I can actually use a technique to get this on properly, but I don't want to use the flux right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to reduce the airflow so it don't blow it away. Same 300 degrees heat, but this time it is blowing very, very slow, so it don't blow the component away, right? So we're going to heat this up. I am hoping that that is actually soldered down, because if it's not, it's going to be problem. Just to be sure, I am going to go and reflow it one more time. We should be actually good, you know. We should be good. Should be good there. So it's soldered, right? Now for the main component, we need to align these pins, right? So it's going in this position, and we need to align these pins. Okay, so it's perfectly aligned. The best thing is to have a microscope, right? So I am going to use some flux. I am going to put the airflow at 400. This is what I'm going to do, but I want to put it down without moving. Yeah, without moving the connector. So guys, we have to do this in a strategic way. We have to put this on without anything else coming off. So I'm going to be holding the airflow at a distance. So I am going to allow the connector to cool down, allow the board to cool down, and I'm just wondering, are we successful? Are we successful in putting this on? It's on. It's on. It's actually on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean up. Why they charge expensive at times for port replacement? A lot of things can go wrong. So if you look at the pins at the back, we're looking good. We are looking good. I am not sure how strong this is. Wow, it's actually working. So the connector is working. We're looking great, right? So nothing else came off of this board, and we successfully repaired the microphone and also this connector. But guys, we are going to test this connector. Well, we may not be able to test the microphone, but we are surely going to test the connector, right? But we will see. So let me go ahead and clean this off with some rubbing alcohol. So at least when you learn to do these things without a microscope. It actually helps you when you get a microscope, you know. You will be seeing much better. You will be able to do the job much better. So I'm just going to clean up the board and get rid of all the rubbing alcohol, because sometimes it can create problem. So that's what we're gonna do. So guys, we are going to come back to this board, but what we are going to do now, we are going to put back on the antenna connection, which is missing. I'm telling you, you can see it right there. So we need to get this thing fully aligned and we need to put it on. So this is it. And I need to align this in the perfect position. Yeah, that seems to be the problem. I'm going to be using piece of flux, you know, just to help us with this thing. Yeah. See, I need to get this polarity correct as well. So we are in perfect position there. Wow. And I will have to reduce the airflow. I'm reducing it to about 4. I can only hope that it is in perfect alignment, because you have the main connection area and also the ground area. So oh my, as you can see, it moved, and that's what I was avoiding, using too much air. Yeah, so we have to realign. Guys, I'm at 2 and I am going to come down slowly. Oh my, we still move. I think it's the flux. Damn. It is actually helping us to align it, but I am going to put the airflow at 4. I'm going to keep it a bit higher away from it, so as you can see, we can get this thing soldered on properly, because we can't go too close. So trying to get this thing soldered on properly. It still move. Wow. It still move. I think it's just the flux messing around. So I am at 2. Let's try this. I've actually done this before. Let's start out slow, and as the solder melt, let's take our time and go in. It actually worked. Yeah, we take our time and we went in. We're leaving this to cool down, and then we're going to examine the board. And that's the antenna signal connection. Once everything is soldered perfectly, I can see that yes, it's working. So I need to inspect the board and see that the connections are soldered correctly. So guys, we are actually done. I zoomed in and I can see that it is soldered correctly. We have the main connection part here and there, and we have the two sides. So I can say that this is soldered correctly. This is your antenna cable connection, right? So we were successful in that. I'm actually confident, guys, so I have no reason to test this now. So this one, guys, that's the one that we change the connector for. So guys, I am going to quickly test the ports, and let's go. So for the first one, let's just test. We should get about 5 volts. So guys, we are testing the first one. You can see that 4 volts there, almost 5 volts. So this is the first one. Put that right here. We're going to test the next one, and another 4 volts, another 4 volts there. So this is the next one. We're going to test the next one. Another 4 volts there. We are going to test this one. Guys, another 4 volts there. Another 4 volts there. So that's all of them. And as you can see, charge is going through. What we need to do, we just need to test the back of the flex to see if we are getting the 5 volts. So we change that connector there. So we are going to test at the back. And as you can see, we are getting the 4 volts there. So So guys, we actually know that, hey, this connector is good. We're getting the 5 volts there, and yeah. So basically guys, in a nutshell, we do make mistakes and we do mess up sometimes. Sometimes changing a charging port is not that easy, as you can mess up and you either change the entire board or try fixing it. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you in some way. I hope that you see the risk involved doing these jobs, and yeah, let me hear you in the comment section.